If you're majoring in film and television, whether it's in college or a university, then you may already know what scripting is, or if you're a part of a scripting class before. For those that don't know what scripting is, or if you have never been a part of a film and television class, basically it's a set of words and instructions that is made specifically for theater, movies and TV shows, and live television. They pretty much use scripting behind the scenes almost all the time. Even when the cameraman tells someone to switch to a new scene or switch to this camera, that is basically what scripting does. It is pretty much a set of instructions for the people behind the TV show with the cameraman and everything. They pretty much follow a list of instructions in order to ensure that the live broadcast works well, or if the scenes work well during scripting. That's basically what it does. And scripting is actually made for rehearsing your lines, your cues on where to go throughout the stage or the scene. And this is basically scripting. You remember your lines, you remember where to go in on the screen here, and you basically just memorize it day by day until you can get the hang of it. Now, from an autistic guy's perspective, my scripting is pretty much just memorizing what I'm going to say to this person in my mind before I actually speak out loud in front of them of what I'm going to say after I rehearse my little script that's in my mind. This is actually great for me because even when I'm in a social situation or if I'm with a group of friends, like I will think in my mind of what I want to say before I pretty much speak out externally. That way, like I understand their communication, and it really helps to predict of these current social interactions with other people around in the group. Now, in these cases, it benefits me a lot if, for example, some person wants to invite me to a park, or if they want me to travel somewhere and pretty much explore the city around. So really it helps to benefit me from accidentally speaking the wrong things, which may lead into a friendship breakup if that happens. So I want to bring your attention around this video specifically. Now, I've pretty much seen some videos that regard around scripting, and we're gonna watch this specific video over here. Shout out to Trevor Carroll. He pretty much explains his autism struggles and self-motivation and his fitness routine. I very much highly recommend that you check out his channel, and as he explains his struggles of being autistic and what affects him the most. So yeah, he's a pretty good channel to watch too, and he explains his autism struggles better than me. I've took down a few of the notes that he said ahead of time. That way I can understand it better and to be able to summarize what he's talking about. So let's go ahead and react to this short video, how I make in social settings. So let's watch.
One of the ways that I've masked my difficulties with socializing as an autistic person pretty much all my life is by rehearsing different scripts in my mind. Before going into various social situations, I will think of how the conversation is going to go in my mind. What might this person ask me? How will I respond? and things like that. Or say, for example, if I need to make a phone call to schedule an appointment, something that I find to be very challenging and very difficult, I will think of in my mind, okay, here's exactly what I need to say. And a lot of times I'll actually even write it out so I can read it word for word when making that phone call. And I find that doing this helps me feel a little bit more prepared when going into these unknown and unpredictable scenarios. However, it does become challenging when the conversation starts to go away from the script that I had in my mind, which it often does.
So he actually made some really good points about scripting, and in case you weren't paying attention, or if he's talking a bit faster than usual, I will summarize what he said if y'all guys want me to. So one of the ways in which we mask our autism through social communication is scripting, which is what he said. And by doing that, we do rehearse our scripts, that is, in our minds. And when we rehearse our scripts, we think of how the conversation will be from their perspective. And what will this person ask them, and how will they respond after rehearsing their script? And I will give you one example of rehearsing a script. So if Adrian told me he wanted to invite me to a concert, I will think in my mind what I want to say before actually speaking out to him out loud. And I would think of it this way. Thank you for your offer, but I'm really busy with homework at this time. Maybe another day might work. And so this is one example for me for rehearsing the script. And one benefit that he mentioned is to prepare for upcoming social situations, which I think that's what I said, is to pretty much prepare yourself to speak out in front of people. Whenever you're pretty much conversing with other people, you pretty much always want to be prepared, and to be prepared is through scripting in your mind. And I will say this again, scripting is pretty much a lot easier for me and understandable for me. And this way you won't have to accidentally say the wrong words and pretty much unusual things. So this is pretty much easier for me this way when it comes to social interaction. But the only downside when it comes to rehearsing the scripts is that it starts to be hard when the script doesn't follow what's exactly in their minds, as he previously mentioned. So if they're pretty much conversing with you, and if you're pretty much scripting and you feel like the script doesn't follow the plan, then it kind of messes in your mind. And that's pretty much okay, because we are always prepared and ready to go when it comes to these social interactions, and also to those who we meet in public. So by rehearsing scripts as an autistic guy, it will be much more convenient for me in a way where I think of what I want to say before speaking out externally of how I wanted to put it in my own words. This is extremely beneficial to anyone that is going through a social conversation. You can pretty much use these scripts to better plan out your social conversations with this person, and this will help to go along the way. And that's pretty much it for my video on scripting in autism. And let me know what you guys think about this topic. I think it is a good thing for many of the autistics that are engaging in conversations or just getting started, and I pretty much like the idea of scripting. It really helps to pretty much memorize what I'm going to say in my mind. If you enjoyed this video, please go give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.